Stress na stress ka na ba sa GenMat? GenMat dito, GenMat doon, GenMat na lang lahat-lahat. Yung ginawa mo na lahat, pero ayaw pa rin ma-solve. Dumating o parating ka na rin ba sa point na magpapakamatay ka na?
Ayoko na sa math! Look, nanay mo! Ay, charot!
We don't need to commit suicide because of general mathematics. Hi guys, we are the Monster Math Squad.
Hi, I'm Vincent. I'm Luke.
I'm Roseanne.
I'm Eliza.
I'm Clarissa.
And I'm Benna.
This time, we're going to introduce to you a lesson that is usually seen in general mathematics.
This lesson is somewhat easy, nor difficult. But don't worry, we are here to make it easier for you.
And this lesson is the composition of function.
Now, let's proceed to the lesson.
We prepared some examples for you to clearly understand this lesson and to show you how it is done.
Now, get ready to go with this and to learn something. Para hindi na lang yung labang alam mo.
Are you riding? So you never had a win for silence. But you're there.
And here are the steps that we can use to find the composition of two functions.
Step 1. Rewrite the composition in a different form. For example, the composition of the quantity of f composed of g to the quantity of x needs to be written as f to the quantity of g of x.
Step 2. Replace each occurrence of x found in the outside function with the inside function. For example, in the composition of the quantity of f composed of g to the quantity of x is equal to f to the quantity of g of x, we need to replace each x found in f of x, the outside function, with the g of x, the inside function.
Step 3.
Simplify your answer. Now, let us solve the examples by using the steps.
Step 1.
2, 3.
I gotta convince myself.
So, let's proceed to example number 1. So, here is example number 1. If f of x is equal to negative 4x plus 9 and g of x is 2x minus 7, find f composed of g of x.
First, we will rewrite the composition in a different form. From f composed of g of x to f to the quantity of g of x. Next, we will replace each occurrence of x in f of x with g of x is equal to 2x minus 7. The value of f of x is negative 4x plus 9. Now, we need to substitute the x by the value of g of x, which is 2x minus 7. Lastly, we will simplify the answer by distributing and combining the like terms. Negative 4 times 2x is equal to negative 8x, and negative 4 times negative 7 is equal to positive 28. After combine like terms, which is positive 28 plus 9, and the answer is equal to negative 8x plus 37. Therefore, f composed of g of x is now equal to negative 8x plus 37. Let's proceed to the second example.
Example number 2. If f of x is equal to negative 4x plus 9 and g of x is equal to 2x minus 7, Now, we will find the g composed of f of x.
Like in the first example, first, we will transform g composed of f of x to the quantity of g of f of x. After that, we will substitute the value of x in g of x by the value of f of x. The value of g of x is 2x minus 7. Now, we will substitute x by negative 4x plus 9, which is the value of f of x. We will distribute 2 inside the parentheses. 2 times negative 4x is equal to negative 8x, while 2 times 9 is equal to 18, then subtract like terms. 18 minus 7 is equal to 11. Thus, g composed of f of x is equal to negative 8x plus 11.
Example number 3.
Now, for example number 3. If h of x is equal to negative 6x minus 10, f of x is equal to 5x plus 20, and g of x is equal to 4x plus 15. Find g composed of h of x and find f composed of g of x. For the last example, there are two compositions needed to be solved. First, let's solve letter A, which is g composed of h of x. Like in the previous examples, g composed of h of x must be transformed into g to the quantity of h of x. Next, we will substitute the value of x in g of x by the value of h of x, which is negative 6x minus 10. We will now then arrive at 4 to the quantity of negative x minus 10 plus 15. To continue, multiply 4 to the values inside the parentheses. 4 times negative 6 is equal to negative 24x, and 4 times negative 10 is equal to negative 40 plus 15. Then, combine like terms, which is negative 40 plus 15, which is equal to negative 25. Therefore, g composed of h of x is equivalent to negative 24x minus 25. Now, let's solve letter B, which is f composed of g of x. Like in the previous examples, f composed of g of x must be transformed into f to the quantity of g of x. Next, we will substitute the value of x in f of x by the value of g of x, which is 4x plus 15. We will now then arrive at 5 to the quantity of 4x plus 15 plus 20. Multiply 5 to the values inside the parentheses. 5 times 4x is equal to 20x, and 5 times 15 is equal to 75 plus 20. Then combine like terms, which is 75 plus 20, which is equal to 95. Therefore, f composed of g of x is equivalent to 20x plus 95.
That's how composition of function is done.
Solving it is not that hard as long as you push yourself to learn.
For more mathematical problems that bothers you, we are here to help you.
Again, we are the Monster Math Squad. Bye!
If you learn something, try this at home.